Mwahahaha. Mwahahaha. Boo. Oh, okay. Hey, everybody, welcome to another spooky installment of BrickWall Reviews. I mean, it's BrickWall Horror. You did your anime the other day.
Whatever.
And as you can see, our mood has changed to something rather spooky. Spooky spiderwebs on our brick wall.
Oh my god!
Ah! The lights. Ah! The lights. Ah!
I'm using my spidey powers.
I knew you were up to something with that spider too. I knew you were up to something.
First of all, it would have been more detailed if the kids didn't spoil it.
Oh.
Damn those kids.
Okay, so enough with that. Enough with that Office style intro right there. How you guys doing? I'm Dave. This is Sam. I was about to say I'm Sam. This is Dave.
See, I knew it. I knew it.
Yes, because we're each other following. Spooky.
Ooh.
All right,
I'm about to scare everybody.
No. Okay. Let's do this. Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave. This is Sam.
Say it one more time.
Okay, well,
say it one more time.
If you want me to.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. This is our horror month. It's the month of October. She'll be back. She's gonna. It's our month of October, so we are doing horror movies, horror films, horror TV shows, etc., etc. Like I said last Tuesday, she did The Promised Neverland, which is the anime. This week, we're going to be going over Vampires versus the Bronx, the latest Netflix horror film, premiered on October 2nd this year, which was last week or something like that. This is a horror comedy directed by Osmani Rodriguez, which is about a group of friends from the Bronx who fight to save their neighborhood from gentrification and, wait for it, vampires. Yes, vampires. Thank you, Spider co-host. This movie runs about an hour 25 minutes, rated PG-13. So now I got all that out of the way. It has a really good cast in there. A lot of newcomers for me. I haven't really seen a lot of these actors and things. It does have veteran actors such as Method Man, Chris Redd from Saturday Night Live, and Zoe Saldana. A very brief performance and appearance in the beginning of the film. Yeah, this is a really good one, though. This is a really great film.
Damn, that's ooh, spooky.
I gave him a rundown of the film, so now we could jump right into it.
Great.
All right. So, all right off the bat, what was the first thing you thought about this film prior to watching it?
I was like, it's the Bronx.
Yes. For those of you who don't know, Bronx native right here. I'm really going to pass a lot of this off to her being from the Bronx because I had a lot of questions about the Bronx.
Because I've been fighting vampires in the Bronx.
How did fighting vampires go in the Bronx?
Well, I don't know.
Was this
because
an
my
accurate
mom wouldn't let me out
depiction?
the house after it got dark, so I think I was pretty safe.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering if this was an accurate depiction of the vampire fight in the Bronx.
I think that vampire would have got stomped out harder. In my hood, that vampire would have got stomped down. They wouldn't have stood a chance.
Yeah. I thought this was going to be a pretty interesting watch. It looked a little different than some of the things you see come out around this time of the year.
I mean, just a little different from what you would expect of a normal vampire, what we would consider to be a normal vampire movie.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, well, this is interesting. And then I saw, of course, the plot synopsis, which I pretty much just read, which is the kids have to fight to save the neighborhood from gentrification and vampires. Like, okay, well, what kind of movie is this going to be?
But then to find out the gentrification are the vampires.
Yeah, so yeah. That was a very interesting twist there. Let me see. Me going into this film, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect. So, I mean, it seemed, like I said, it seemed different enough for me to warrant it as a watch. And I knew that somebody was going to be excited that it was about the Bronx. Not saying any specific people or persons, but I thought it would be. Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't like to see their home on TV?
You're all right.
I mean, who doesn't turn up for that? So yeah.
So I mean, just let's talk about this as a horror film. How do you kind of, because I know it's less serious than a lot of horror films out there. Of course, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacres and the Freddy versus
Well,
Jasons and
let's just say
stuff.
this is rated, PG-13.
Yeah.
So it's for pretty much a younger viewing audience. So
Mhm.
I wouldn't expect things like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre to really occur. I mean, there were killings, but they didn't really show killings.
Mhm.
So, I mean,
Yeah. Um I think it stacks for the grade of horror that it was. I think it does stack pretty well against whatever else would be considered in its category. I'm not really sure what movie to compare this to.
Casper.
I wouldn't compare it to Casper. Casper's a little too
I mean, he's
on
a
the kitty side,
ghost.
but that's too on the kitty side though.
They did have killings in that too.
Kid friendly killings.
This is kid-friendly
These are a little
killings.
more brutal.
Okay.
um, Yeah, I don't know. I can't really find anything to compare it to. For those of you who would need a comparison, I can't find a film to compare this to.
And don't try to say compared to Vampire in Brooklyn either.
No, I actually
I'm
wasn't.
I'm saying in general.
Reason why I would compare it to, and I've honestly almost gotten this name wrong so many times because I'm writing Vampires versus the Bronx. I'm thinking Vampire in Brooklyn, Vampires versus Brooklyn. No, this is Vampires versus the Bronx. So.
But if I did compare the vampires, Vampire in Brooklyn,
Well, this is obviously the more family-friendly one.
I know.
I don't know. Vampire in Brooklyn wasn't that bad though.
Yeah, but anyway.
All right. Well, this movie pretty much is about a kid named Miguel, played by Jaden Michael. Just the first time I've seen him in anything. He's on a. What do you do? He's on a quest to quest. Well, I guess you could say quest mission to save his local bodega from being shut down. For those of you who don't know, bodegas are corner stores in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Some people might not know that.
Okay, look it up. Have Google look it up.
Little corner stores in the hood. So, and him and his friends, they grew up in that corner store. Pretty much, were kind of in a way raised by the corner store.
It's like pretty much a family neighborhood.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you grow up in a neighborhood since birth, you would practically consider it to be family anyway. Which, a lot of neighborhoods are like that in New York.
Yeah, and so what's happening is that this mysterious company is coming around and starting to shut down a lot of places, buy out a lot of places, and pretty much gentrify them with.
Do you want to say buy out places? Because they give you the hope that they're gonna buy it.
Well, yeah, because it's good that you mentioned that, because in the beginning they kind of go like, "Oh no, we're not buying this. We're just
gonna take it.
We're just gonna take it. Good night."
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're coming in, giving the impression that they're buying these places, but really they kind of just taking them by force and turning them into what appears to be newer businesses, upscale places.
It kind of is.
White people in the posters with the what they say the
little totes out,
the little tote bags, and it's trickling down to the bodega that these characters grew up in.
I don't want to say trickling down to, but that's the primary, you know, because of where the main character, spends most of his time. Now, I'm sure if he spent his time in the Chinese store, it probably would have been centered around Chinese stuff.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, and then, like I said, the bodegas are usually the heart of the community. So that's pretty much.
Yeah, so he's trying to set up a block party to save it, trying to get a lot of people to come by. And while he's putting up posters for it one night, he discovers that something in the Bronx is not right. There was a screen that shouldn't have been there. There was a building with a red light.
It wasn't the normal Bronx scream.
Yeah, it was something else.
More petrifying.
It was something else. Then it was a building with a red light behind it. Still couldn't figure that out. And all of a sudden, poor little Miguel had to find out the hard way that there were vampires there. After he.
First of all, let's talk about old boy trying to chase him.
I was just about to get to that. Let's get to that.
First of all, you know you was running super slow.
Yeah, so he runs into this
thug.
I didn't want to say thug, but thug. He runs into this thug, and he spills his drink on him while he's running by him. Well, riding his bike.
He's riding his bike to get away from the vampires.
Yeah,
and not paying attention, he bumps into the thug who has a drink that he ends up spilling on himself, and so he's mad and starts to chase
and
Miguel
over
a drink. First of all, you got to be thirsty when you finish running.
Hey man, hood, y'all gotta stop that, man. Y'all know y'all can't chase these kids. Come on,
no,
y'all like 30, 40 years old.
First of all, it was messed up anyway because first of all, how you trying to steal the shoes? No, them damn shoes ought to be too. Cut it out. Cut it out. We gonna make sandals.
So you still mad about the shoes?
No, because it wasn't. He didn't want his shoes.
Oh, okay.
But I think he just, the whole thing about it is that he is a part of that little group or whatever, and they know that Miguel is trying to keep his friend out of it.
Yeah.
So I think that came into play too with him chasing Miguel too. To finish running.
Too tired to finish running. He runs into a vampire, or rather, a vampire just appears in the area that he runs into.
No, because Miguel was. That's the same vampire that was coming after Miguel.
Yeah, but he kind of just popped up in the tunnel at that point.
He was gonna pop up in because he was looking for Miguel. Yeah.
So the thug runs into this damn vampire, and that's kill number one. That confirms to Miguel.
That's not kill number one. That's the first kill Miguel saw. But that's not kill number one.
First kill from Miguel to see by the vampire.
He's a witness.
Yeah. So from this point on, Miguel gets into this hardcore mission to prove to the community that vampires exist and save his community and all that good stuff. So
I know the vampires were so crazy.
They were, weren't they?
What is your take on it? What you think? First, I'd like to give a shout out to my mama. Hey, Ma. Hey, Silo.
Great.
But anyway, yeah. She had to gather her thoughts, so we'll give her some time. But so anyway, Miguel witnesses it, and he ends up running to the bodega where his friends are, and what's Manny? That was his name.
Yeah, bodega order. Right?
Yeah, I know. I didn't write it, but anyway, it wasn't Frank. Okay, the bodega owner. But so he ends up running there with his friends. And pretty much so there's a vampire, and lo and behold, the damn vampire pops up at the bodega.
Well, that part was kind of freaky.
But you know though, it's funny because number one, the vampire knew he was there.
Yeah.
Because of course the sense of smell or whatever, he knew he was there.
They do that old trick of like making them think that he's about to get caught, and then he does something else.
Yeah, and then the fact that he grabs sanitizer.
Yeah,
so that was
crazy
because we all know you need
just killed someone
and you need sanitizer.
Oh yeah, and that was a little timely too.
Yeah,
them finding hand sanitizer in there
for $4.52. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that's accurate price in 2020.
I know it is.
We're gonna be paying about $6.50 for hand sanitizer soon. Yeah, y'all want your hands clean? Let me tell you something. It's better.
If you want your hands clean, don't get them dirty.
Look, better start wearing them gloves again. Sell them back out. So yeah, so after that, where we going from there? We're gonna talk about how they go by classic vampire rules with they can't see them in the mirrors, and
I mean they do vampire training.
Yeah, they by watching Blade, they sit there and try to learn how they can kill vampires.
Take notes and know what to look for. The classic garlic, the stake to the heart, the holy water.
Yeah, and they have to be invited in, which is something you don't see in a lot of vampire movies. Nowadays, it's like you have to invite a vampire into your house before they can come into your house.
But back in the days, them vampires been seducing them women.
Yeah, it was like, hey, you mind if I come in?
Yeah, sure. But you know what though, these vampires, they wouldn't be able to seduce anybody.
You don't think so?
Nah, not the way they was looking.
Yeah, you're right.
Not these vampires. So they had to do what they had to do.
Yeah.
So the whole thing about it is that the vampires, they got pretty much pushed out of their old neighborhood. And so they're looking for someplace new to live, and someplace where people don't really care about people disappearing. So that was something else as well, like damn. You know, you want to go to the Bronx and say that? You want to go to the Bronx and say that?
Right.
Like, you know, but yeah, they pretty much trying to find a spot where they don't really care about people going missing and stuff like that. So that's how they end up looking for places. What are you doing? That's how they pretty much end up looking for places in the Bronx. What are you trying to do?
They bring their coffins and everything. And so in the meantime,
the boys, they go searching for stuff and for facts and information, and they find out that the courthouse is pretty much going to be the housing area of the vampires.
And this is the part where they do what I think is like the dumbest thing you can do is try to videotape the vampires in the coffin. Why did they not know?
Well, I wouldn't have known that either.
No, but come on, Lewis was he was the vampire expert. And that's the one thing they glossed over the entire time was that vampires' reflections can't be seen. And they keep trying to take pictures. They kept trying to take pictures of vampires. I'm like, come on, y'all got Lewis, come on, speak up. Lewis, however you're supposed to pronounce his name. Speak up, man. You know vampires can't be seen in photos, in the mirrors and reflections.
I guess they found out.
They did when they're making an ass of himself.
And then of course the vampires had a human working for them, and this person, you know, pretty much handled their daily day-to-day business. Because of course the vampires can't go out in the daytime. And at first we thought he was a vampire too, based on, you know, but you know he was just practicing.
Yeah, he was practicing all right. Practicing until they told his ass no.
Yeah. Well, they had to tell him yeah, or they consider it.
Yeah, but he got to a point where he was like, "Yeah, I'm ready, guys. I'm ready to be a vampire." It's like, no.
No.
How about you?
And then the way they tried, you know, they went about making vampires. Like they're not saying that you can just bite the person and they'll become one. You got to kind of like, you know, do something else.
The dust or something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So that was a little interesting as well because we used to them just getting bit, and I guess if you know you don't bite them for too long, they're pretty much going to the vampire. If you bite them too long, they die. Like, what's the breaking point? What's the breaking point?
This is it put a couple of restraints on a lot of things that vampires can do because and like I said earlier, a lot of the times in these vampire movies, you see that these vampires are kind of OP. They're kind of like super powerful. It takes a lot to take one of them down, but this one goes by like really classic rules that I think a lot of people forget about when they're writing about vampires. So I kind of think that was it was interesting to see that in the film now. It was more refreshing. It gave the movie a different type of appeal to it. Because like, okay, well, these kids aren't hopeless. They can beat these vampires, you know, as opposed to, oh, damn, this vampire about to snap this little nigga neck. Like, how are you going to get out of this? So it worked out good. Something that I liked about this movie, I liked the way they had the kids kind of like carrying it and relating for the whole movie.
Yeah, I mean, because it was minimal adult interaction. I mean, of course, the vampires were adult. That would have been a little bit cooler if the kids were adults. I mean, not the kids were adults, but the vampires.
The vampires were kids.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd have been something real interesting.
That'd have been a little bit different.
Yeah, I think it would have made it a bit more intense on some parts. But yeah, it was. I liked it though, because a lot of times you don't get a lot of these kid-led movies, and then like I don't know, it kind of falls apart somewhere. This one kind of.
You know how I could have seen a sequel if one of them would have got bit and hit it?
Oh, that would actually be really good. That would be so. What we've been doing since we watched this movie is because this movie's good.
We've been trying to figure out how we can go about getting a second one.
Yeah, we've been trying to think about that. I said that I think the obvious route for that would be not vampire werewolves versus the Bronx. But I mean, I think that would be just so predictable. So I'm like, well, what's something besides werewolves that can come? You said aliens.
Yeah, but then I thought about Mars attacks, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it gets a little familiar. So I'm like, well, dang, what's something that's different that could attack the Bronx? Because these are fun characters. I'm sorry.
Like we don't get enough attacks as it is. Okay.
New York is the cesspool for attacks in movies, man.
So we need to bring these vampires to Jersey.
They're gonna leave. They'll leave. They'll leave pretty quick.
Bad blood.
Like, ooh, you know what? Maybe we'll go over to Philadelphia.
They're gonna come back too. You know, they didn't go down south. They got some rich blood down there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, now then we'll get the racist vampires, right? Yeah, we're gonna buy these niggas. Yeah, so these characters are fun to spend time with. The idea of the movie is fun. Just having something supernatural or something outside of the ordinary versus a neighborhood in general.
Say that part, when the movie was fun, what stood out to me was, that real serious moment when Bobby came back to the group. Hi, it sounded like Bobby Brown, right? He came back to the group and got told off. Hey, that pretty much happened. But yeah, Miguel was like, "You gonna get shot up just like your dad." Damn, Miguel!
No, that came out of nowhere too.
Holding that one in,
so,
huh?
All right. So now that brings me to one of the to some of the flaws in the movie. It follows at a certain point. It has to follow a lot of cliches that it didn't follow up until that point. In that third act argument where they have to argue about something and be friends again, that was so forced. It was just weird because throughout the movie you hear about Bobby, who's the token black character in the movie. Played by
there's another black.
Well, not
character.
token black, but of the group, he's the black friend of the group.
I mean, that's how it is up there, though.
Who's played by Gerald Jones III. This is my first time seeing him in something as well. He looks like the kid from
Disney
New
Channel?
Edition. He looks like the kid from Disney Channel too, actually.
Yeah,
but it's not him though. Oh. I don't think it is. So he has this relationship with a gangster, one of the gangsters, one of the lead gangsters and everything, and he's always kind of turning down doing the things that guy wants him to do, which is heavily implied that is gang violence.
Worked for him previously, which is why he's asking him to continue to work for him.
Mm-hmm. So it kind of dives into that a little bit, and one of the things about his character is that apparently, and this is when we found out too, his dad. They kind of touch on it like a little bit, say, "Oh yeah, your father was into this stuff," but in this moment here, they just shoehorn it right in, like, "Yeah, you're gonna get shot just like your dad got shot." Okay,
I was like, "Well, damn."
I mean, let's slow down there, buddy. Like, this isn't the time or place for this. It really came out of nowhere. And it felt like something that if this were a series, which initially I thought it was going to be a series, and now I saw full movie. Like when I first heard about it, like in the little Netflix previews they do for stuff coming out, I thought it was going to be a series. I heard it was going to be a movie. If it was a series, that moment would have been earned and it would have been received. Like they would have earned that
because
moment.
You would have had more context to lead up to it.
And this,
which you had some, but we didn't pretty much get into Bobby's life. We had brief knowledge of Miguel's life, since he is pretty much the, the main character. Mm-hmm. So, we had like some glimpse of Bobby's life, but
we have enough.
That's what I'm saying. Not enough for him to blurt that out. Like not in that moment.
Yeah,
not in that moment. Like maybe if he was like with the gangsters or whatever.
Yeah,
that would have been a little.
Or maybe different. Even if they did in a part 2.
I mean,
okay, a sequel. Okay, throw that out there. I remember he was working with this guy, and he said something about his dad. Oh man, that's what happened to his dad. But they just, he threw that at him. And honestly, Bobby's a better, well-reserved person than a lot of people I know. Because, after that one, that's fighting words right there.
Anyway, then that depends on the relationship Bobby had with his dad, too.
True.
So, a lot goes into play with that statement alone.
So, it's just an odd moment. It's just an odd moment to kind of have right there. Of course, they have their crying scene where one of the kids got to cry and say, "Oh, it's all my fault." And it's just like, oh, okay. I get it. You got to run through these things and give the powerful third act motivation. I get it. Don't spend too much time on it because
like those things that they felt like they just had to put in. They really didn't spend that much time.
Yeah, they rushed.
Like it wasn't like 10 minutes worth. It wasn't 5. It was like say it and be done with it.
Yeah,
just get it out the way.
Yeah, so that for what it's worth, they rushed past those things. The movie has somewhat of a narrator. The girl, she does her vlog on Instagram and everything, and she's kind of like the exposition thing. Like she'll go over some stuff. Like she introduces Miguel in the beginning of the movie. Yeah. He's the kid riding around the bike, putting up these posters.
She pretty much gives us like the beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah. So she, her character was pretty interesting. Just popped in and out. So I mean, and
but I mean, you didn't need that much of her being the type of role that she had.
Yeah,
like this is not Dr. Seuss, okay?
At the end, she skirted that line just a little bit.
I don't think so,
because she wasn't talking to Instagram. She wasn't talking to Instagram at the end, but yeah, I mean those are some of the elements of this movie that really make it really interesting watching it, and kind of separates it from a lot of movies. I heard a few people kind of those category.
Yeah, I could kind of see that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. I mean, I would prefer this over Stranger Things.
I mean, I would say Stranger Things is exactly what it sounds like. Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And Vampires in the Bronx is exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah, Vampires versus the Bronx.
And yeah, so I mean, with Stranger Things, you got a lot of strange things. Like, yeah. So I mean, I can see where you can compare it and you can't compare it, but I can see on the strength of it being children, or kids having to deal with vampires and
supernatural things like that. What is something? Well, not something. This was obviously a digital release, right? Has Universal Studios kind of plastered through it. They had some assistance with the distribution. Do you think that if this wasn't a world with the pandemic, we ask this question a lot nowadays. If this came out, if this came out in the movies, how do you think it would have done?
If it came out around this time of year, I mean, I really don't know, because it depends on what else is going to come out around this time. Like, I can't, like, right now, it looked like nothing else would have came out. Nothing else was going to come out.
I think around this time, let's go from the,
because it's pretty much would be holiday movies around this time anyway.
Yeah, I think from the last, I'm gonna say that if we were still getting Candyman this month, and if we were still getting, there was probably another horror movie that's coming out. If we were still getting those two movies, I think this probably wouldn't have done that well financially. It got a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that 95% is well earned with or without streaming. I think it would have done the same critically. But yeah, financially, I don't see it being like a box office bang. I mean, it probably would have been a super
I think it did well for the way it came out. Yeah. I think that if they would have put in the movies, it wouldn't have done as well. Yeah. Like, I don't.
I can agree with that. So we talked about thoughts going in. So what are we talk a little about things that you like? What are some other things that you liked about this?
Let's see. I like when the girls walked by at the end. Like, because it wasn't like everybody, that's the thing, like everybody, a lot of people knew about it, but a lot of people didn't know. So, that just looked like a typical little fight. Let me just walk through real quick. This bitch about to get jumped over.
Damn, I like when the girl threw the damn Tim at the girl threw that Tim. Oh, speaking of that character, I don't know if it was just because, like, sometimes I don't pay attention to obvious clues in movies, or because they hit it so well. But that with the one lady being the vampire the whole time, I didn't see, and now I keep watching it, and she was in a couple early scenes in the movie too.
Yeah, she was in the beginning scene with the nail salon. Like I didn't notice. She was, yeah, I did. She was in the beginning scenes with the nail salon. She also came to the where the kids were trying to get information from. She pretty much saved them that time. She actually was just there and got dragged into taking them home. Yeah. And I was like, I don't even know she's a damn vampire.
And that leads to one of the more intense parts of the movies, where she's in the bodega and she's about to spoiler alert.
Part too, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just the way that they she kind of reveals herself to the bodega owner. The way she does that, I was like, oh, okay, that was scary in itself. Because she kind of gave like
to reveal herself.
I think so, because at that point they were kind of after Miguel for pretty much knowing everything and trying to expose everything, and they kind of knew that he was going to come with a plan. So I think she was like, okay, I'm gonna show this kid that
I'm
this
gonna
is
kill
real.
somebody.
Yeah.
He ain't had to kill him though. Damn.
Yeah, she didn't have to do that.
She ain't had to do that.
But they did
get the gangsters, but still.
I mean, it was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I felt bad about it. It was.
I was like, damn, she killed him for real.
Yeah, cause I thought he was gonna live because of the cross on him.
No.
I thought he was gonna live, and that's another again with classic vampire tropes. Wearing the cross.
I mean, but she touched the cross, so she pretty much just grabbed it off of him.
Yeah. Which I was like, damn, why she was able to do that? Why was she able to do that? So
yeah. But then blame him too. Like you should have got that. You should have got that damn bat off the wall. Them damn vampires move so quick.
Yeah, they did. One of the parts that made me laugh. I don't know if you saw it when she was chasing after them, when she was flying in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Looked so old school. She was just,
look, I was like,
like what? Are those wires right there?
Yeah.
Y'all paying a lot of money, huh? Shouldn't have had him throwing out that insult about that boy daddy. He probably had a little more money.
Yeah, I know. Wasted the whole scene on that.
So yeah, what are some things you didn't like about this film?
I didn't like the vampires are so damn ugly. I mean, the girl, she was straight, but the man, I was like, oh damn. And you know what was funny? The way the vampire, remember I showed you how he got back up a little bit. Like I was like,
that okay. Dude, it was like, you know what? This is the best take we got. We can't spend no more money.
You and them damn legs.
we spend any more money on shooting this film again. They're gonna see the string in the next one. So, right? I bet he not come back for part 2.
Nope.
Matter of fact, you didn't even see that.
None of them are.
But you didn't even see that dude in another scene after that.
No.
His legs came wobbling. I was like, hey man, you gotta go.
That was somebody's cousin. And we giving this motherfucker one damn time.
We'll put him in because it was a good shot and we can't afford to refilm it.
Yeah, that was a cool little shot of him doing the damn crazy legs. Like, come on now. Come on. Yeah, you're over down now. Supposed to be strong.
Yeah, and that part in itself was funny because they got shot.
Yeah.
Acting like they got shot because some of the gangsters
they had
again.
Like a set it off shot, like Cleo getting shot down, You know
what's crazy, man? Listen, I don't know if this is just a thing that flows through the Bronx or things that flow through gangsters. Why y'all got to shoot at everybody?
It's easier than fighting.
Why? They didn't do anything though. He was just walking. Oh, give us some change right there. First of all, you're already getting paid handsomely to do the job you was just sent out to do.
Why not have more money?
And they shot him down and didn't even go to try to retrieve anything. Just like, yeah, you seen the way we gunned them down? Yeah, all right, we're gonna go get some tacos.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't.
They just did it to do it.
Yeah.
I think they just wanted to see them getting up again, though. I think they just wanted to do that shot. Again, like I said, they was gonna cut that shot out, but somebody's like, "Come on, please, man, please, please, come on, man. He really need this. He really need this scene." All right, we're gonna put this dumbass scene in there. Sacrifice our good wire work.
The only thing I didn't like was that they kept running like into buildings.
Yeah, that same little alleyway like that.
Yeah, like first Miguel when he was running the first time, he rode the bike into the building.
Mm-hmm. Then
the second time they did go up the little alleyway, but then he wanted to face off with the girl in the building.
Yeah. They kind of kept running themselves in the tight spaces, which I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know how many open spaces like that are actually in the Bronx. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I've had the pleasure of visiting the Bronx before, and I know that the streets are not as empty as that. So like maybe they just had that one section off area. Like, hey, look, we'll move that traffic cone to the other side. We're gonna keep fighting here. This is gonna be our set piece for fights.
See, I didn't look to see when filming started for this. Because
I don't remember that information myself.
I don't remember seeing it when I was looking. But if filming started, and finished, before of course it got released, then you can only assume the main reason why everything is not so compact is because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So that's my only assumption.
Yeah. Man, pandemic just gets everything, man.
Yeah.
What I didn't like about the film was the fact that Zoe Saldana was only in the beginning and did not even, because she didn't even come back as a sexy vampire. She couldn't even be a sexy vampire.
Because they wasn't making vampires. Vampires weren't getting made the way they get made.
But I mean, come on, she could have pop back up sometime.
Anyway,
I blame couldn't get back up the right way, Steve. I blame Crazy Leg Steve for that. They could have afforded Joe sat down. They said, man, we got Zoe and we got this guy. Come on, man, let Crazy Leg Steve be in this. Damn it. Gotta give up Zoe Saldana for this shit.
Well, they had Method Man, so
yeah, I like that. I like the Method Man character.
I want to see Method Man with a gun. I'm sorry. I'm tired of him being nice. I'm tired of it.
Method Man's character gave me what I think was the biggest laugh I got from this movie. And because he played a priest. And so what happens, the kids, they go to sneak out of the... Yes. He does... Method Man is one of those people that just every time you see him in the movie, it just gets it makes that movie better or makes that show better.
I'm tired of seeing him be nice. I mean, but he was nice in How High though.
Yeah,
it was just a different nice,
gangster nice.
Yeah, we can have that.
But when he looked up to see if the boys were gone, it's just that moment was hilarious.
In his mind, he's like, these motherfuckers.
Right. No, but it's funny because then he went back in there and said, these little shits ate my snacks. So yeah, it's those are my likes and dislikes. I mean, I like a lot of the vampire stuff they did with it. I like the characters, the way they developed the characters. I like that they didn't make it a romantic interest between the girl that the boy liked, that Miguel liked.
Yeah.
I like they didn't really
young love kind of thing. Like,
yeah, but then like he tried to go in for the kiss, and she was like, this ain't that.
Yeah,
I like that.
He tried it.
Yeah, he did. I good on you, but
good for Rita. You know, good for you.
Yeah, but yeah, those are my likes and dislikes. I mean, did you like the ending?
What, when they was beating up the vampire?
No, I mean just how the movie ended. Maybe not. I mean,
yeah, they have the little block party thing.
Yeah,
I mean that's common in New York, in the Bronx. It is.
This does have a lot of authenticity in there. Has a lot of authentic feels.
I think it was cool because it was a cool wrap up, especially with the the girl giving you can't fuck with the Bronx.
Yeah,
like pretty much because y'all bitches be trying it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean I like that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed how it ended. I enjoyed the movie forward through. Like I said, obviously our another big question here. We already said it. We think it does deserve a sequel. We just don't know what they can face off against. Something that can be interesting. I'm trying to think. Because I mean, I just feel like werewolves is the obvious path. Like I feel like it's just like if we hear a sequel has been announced, werewolves versus the Bronx.
But also it's the fact that the girl said she was sent here to do something, so somebody else could come to follow since she didn't finish.
True.
Or did she say she was the last of the kind? I can't remember.
One of those.
One of those, but if it was the first thing I said, then
I'm co-signing whatever you said.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, I think that would work. I can't think what Sasquatch versus the Bronx. I don't know.
Oh, Godzilla.
They gonna throw a Tim. They gonna throw a Tim at Godzilla.
Yeah,
hey, Godzilla, get the fuck out of here!
Right at his eye.
I got a lot more where that came from.
Yep, got the Tim factory. Yep.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, so I liked it. It's a really good film, really diverse film. Something good to watch, appropriate for the kids. You can watch around your kids, watch around the family. It is a little scary for those of you who squeamish around blood or don't do a lot of the blood stuff. It does have like some horrifying images.
Cut it out.
You gotta keep it around. There is a little bit foul language, but I mean you'll get over that.
I mean it
ain't nothing. It's not nothing like excessive.
These kids know every damn curse word. Cut it out.
So
they be saying it behind our backs.
So vampires versus the Bronx. I was about to say Vampire in Brooklyn again. I give it 4.5 stars.
You know what? those vampires from the Bronx and those vampires from Brooklyn need to face off. Who do you think will win?
Brooklyn.
I gotta say them Brooklyn vampires. Because them ones in the Bronx, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
See, now you really pushing me if you want to watch vampires in Brooklyn.
You know what? Next movie, Vampires in the Hood.
There's a movie called Vampires in the Hood?
No. I was just giving.
Vampires.
I
was about to say, oh my God, how have I not seen this?
I don't know. Vampires in School. I don't know.
Vampires in School.
Well, then that's the whole Disney Channel thing too.
It's Vampirina to a T. I don't know, man. Mummies versus the Bronx. A whole bunch of
mummies.
I mean, look, I would say zombies, but you already know.
First of all, you know what I want to find out? Where the hell was Spider-Man?
In Queens.
Who was in the Bronx? Where the hell was damn Luke Cage?
in Harlem.
Where was Jessica Jones?
You got me. I forgot what part.
Where was the blind man at? Okay.
I don't think.
Where the hell was Batman? Where the hell was Batman?
Oh, you got me. Yeah, Batman.
Now this is more your speed Batman.
And on that note,
you're trying to face up against Superman, my guy. Cut it out. Come get these damn vampires.
Oh man. But yeah, what you get? Imagine I'm Batman. Come defeat these vampires in the Bronx. They're gonna throw a Tim at his dumb ass head
all,
too.
The vampires would try to bite Batman, and he would have been beating them niggas. He would have been beating them down. When he get that thrash.
They'd have bit him and got some damn garlic and holy water.
Yeah, he had his whole neck lace with it too.
And you know what? And just for the shits and giggles, Batman would have had everything in the shape of a Tim. And just like the Timberland.
Everything would have been in shape of bats. You know he's conceited.
Meanwhile, Spider-Man got his ass bit.
Nah, he's supposed to be a damn spider.
Nah, get no damn value. Get Blade in there. Actually get Blade in there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Blade. Or what's that? Not Dawson's Creek, that other show. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Where's Buffy? Where's Buffy? You know, we need them damn werewolves to come on down from
do not say Twilight.
I was gonna say Twilight. We need them damn werewolves from Twilight to come and tear these damn vampires up.
God.
Because they in the wrong place trying.
You know what would be interesting though? Instead of just one thing versus the Bronx, what if they did two things?
Well, you know what?
One thing versus another thing versus the Bronx.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, like the werewolves and the vampires versus each other as always.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they tear them kids up.
Like they show what pushed the vampires out was the werewolves, and it was still the surviving vampires somehow.
See, this is just going too deep.
I mean, if you're gonna do I don't know. I would just really love to see a continuation of these characters. What do you give this film?
Off of a 5, I would give it. I'll probably give it like what you want to give it? I know it's a hard one. It's a hard one, man. Huh? What?
Ladies and gentlemen,
the co-host. But
all right, executive producer.
All right, let me think.
She cuts our checks.
Yeah, in the form of poo. I would give it. I would say like a 3.5, 3.6.
3.5?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm thinking that.
That's a little lower than I would have expected.
That's what I'm trying to think. Like, this is a hard decision for this one because I'm trying to think of everything in it. You know, that's kind of low.
I mean, I would have.
What you thought I was gonna give it?
Upper 4, maybe. I
thought about 4. I ain't gonna lie, that was my first instinct. I was like, maybe I don't know. All right, so I give it a 4.
Okay. All right, 4.
Yeah.
I mean, anything you would. I mean, no.
I would have met the man pulling out a gun.
Okay. It gets a 4.5 from me because I would have liked to see more Zoe Saldana. But that's just me being selfish.
Hello, guys. Hello, guys. Hello, guys. Ha 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 ha. I know. None of my stuff worked. The kids ruined my surprise scare for Dave. So I'm just like, damn.
Don't worry. You'll get me maybe next week or,
I'm gonna have to try something. I don't know.
You'll get me eventually because this month isn't over and we still have time to do some more horror reviews. Next week, join us. We'll join Sam here for an anime review with another horror. Should I announce it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would like for people to watch it.
Her review is going to be on Tokyo Ghoul, the anime Tokyo Ghoul. She's really excited about this. She's been excited about this.
Oh boy, turned up.
She's been very excited about this. So I'm excited for it. Guys, make sure you all tune in. Make sure to like, subscribe to our channel for more content. We are going to in the future be
He's whispering that.
Yeah, so that's it. BrickWall horror. BrickWall reviews.
BrickWall reviews horror. BrickWall reviews horror.
Ooh, we could say 5 times.
I could. I just say
so yeah, join us back here. Join Sam back here next week, and then we'll be back after that. And until
if you
then,
have any suggestions, please let us know on anything you'd like for us to review. And also, this film is found on Netflix. I don't know if we said that.
I think I did tell them, but it's always good to remind them. It's always good to remind people.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in and be safe. Wear your damn mask. Flu season. Remember that.
Yeah, and just please, guys, be careful. I mean, just because a virus makes a president feel 20 years younger doesn't mean some of us are only 20. Some of you are only 20, so feel 20 years younger if you want to. All that said,
please don't wear the damn mask.
If voting is your priority, go out and vote. If not, don't criticize people who vote.
Just mind your damn business.
Be friends. Look, follow the word of the goodness of the universe, which is love everyone, show love, and
mind
just be kind to each other. Be excellent and party on. Boo ha 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 ha. Happy Halloween, hoes.